September 3 is not a date to pass by like any other. It is a moment that carries weight even if the eyes cannot see it and the ears cannot hear it. What is hidden does not mean it is absent. The unseen has more influence on your life than what is already in front of you. September 3 carries an energy that moves quietly, but when it touches you, it will shake the roots of who you are. This is not a surface level change. This is not a gentle breeze. This is a force that presses deep into your being and demands awareness. On September 3, a shift arrives, not with loud noise, but with silence. It does not announce itself with fireworks. It moves within where the core of your strength lies. The hidden energy of this day is like a seed breaking open underground. Nobody sees the seed crack. Nobody hears the sound of life pushing through the soil. But when it emerges, the world changes. This is the nature of September 3. A silent cracking, a silent awakening, and yet it will shake the foundation of your spirit. To understand the power of this day, you must not look outward first. You must look inward. The hidden shift will not come from what others say, from news, or from the surface of the world. It comes from the layers of yourself you have ignored, from the places where you resist growth. September 3 exposes what you have kept buried, the patterns you repeat, the fears you hold, the doubts you feed. All of them rise to the surface because the hidden energy no longer allows them to remain in the dark. On September 3, you are called to stand firm. The old identity you carried will no longer fit. The energy of this day breaks open the false layers of who you thought you were. It shakes loose the lies you told yourself to feel safe. It removes the comfort of illusion. This is not meant to destroy you, but to show you the weight you have carried without noticing. You cannot rise if you keep holding the ground beneath you. The shift demands that you release it. The hidden energy of September 3 is a mirror. It does not flatter, it does not decorate, it does not soften. It shows you what is true, even if it is uncomfortable. And in that moment, when you see yourself clearly, you must choose. Either resist and fall deeper into old chains, or accept and begin to move freely. This day is not for hesitation. It is a strike of clarity, and clarity cannot be ignored. September 3 will feel like a shaking at your core, not because the world outside is collapsing, but because the world inside is rearranging itself. The fears that once had power will begin to weaken. The doubts that whispered constantly will start to lose their voice. You will feel the urge to step beyond the version of yourself that no longer serves you. But remember, the hidden shift is only for those who are awake. If you sleep through it, the energy passes by. If you numb yourself with distractions, the crack of the seed will still happen, but you will not notice. To receive its strength, you must stay present. You must stay aware. The power of September 3 is renewal. It is the opening of a gate that has long been locked inside of you. It is the moment where silence transforms into movement and hidden becomes revealed. You are not called to fear this day, and you are called to embrace it. Because when the hidden energy shakes your core, it is not to break you apart, but to strip away the layers that never belonged to you. What remains after this shift is what is real, what is strong, and what is ready to rise. Understand this: September 3 is not random. It is not empty. It is an alignment that comes to remind you that life is always moving, even when you cannot see it. Just as the earth spins silently beneath your feet, this hidden force moves silently within you. Do not wait for external signs. The sign is already here. The shift is already in motion. Your task is simple: recognize it, step into it, and allow it to shake away what has been holding you back. September 3 is the day of the hidden shift. It is the day when silence speaks louder than noise, when the unseen is stronger than the visible. It is the day that shakes your core, not to break it, but to awaken it. When you step into this energy, you step into yourself. And once you step into yourself, nothing in the world outside can shake you again. September 3 is not a day for sleeping. It is not a day to move blindly through routines. It is a call to awareness, a call to keep your eyes open when many will keep theirs closed. The shift that unfolds on this day is hidden. And because it is hidden, most people will miss it. They will continue with noise, with distraction, with chasing meaningless things, and they will not feel the pulse of change that is happening beneath everything. But you are not meant to miss it. You are meant to stay awake because September 3 does not return. Awareness is the key. Without awareness, even the greatest transformation can pass unnoticed. On September 3, the energy moves silently but powerfully. It will not shout at you, it will not force itself on you. It waits for the one who can feel, the one who can notice. If you are buried in distraction, the shift will slip by like a shadow. But if you are present, even the smallest movement within will feel like thunder. Awareness is what separates the ones who transform from the ones who remain the same. September 3 teaches that subtle things shape the strongest changes. The crack of the seed beneath the soil, the slow turning of the seasons, the breath you take without noticing. All of these are quiet, yet they define life itself. The hidden shift of this day is like that. You will not see explosions in the sky. You will not hear loud announcements. But if you are awake, you will sense the pull in your core, the invitation to rise, the whisper that tells you now is the time. To be awake on September 3 is to choose presence over distraction. Many will run after noise. They will chase arguments, entertainment, endless voices outside of themselves. But the shift does not exist in noise. It exists in silence, in stillness, in the space where you can finally hear your own soul. This is why awareness is necessary. Without it, you drown in noise. With it, you rise above and you catch what others cannot see. September 3 is a mirror for your discipline. It will test whether you can stay mindful in a world that constantly pulls your attention away. The hidden shift is an opportunity, but it is not handed freely. You must earn it by being awake, by choosing to listen when others are too busy speaking, by choosing to feel when others are too numb to notice. Awareness is the doorway, and this day demands that you walk through it. On this day, you will be faced with moments where you feel the pull to escape yourself. Old habits will call, distractions will invite, comfort will whisper. But awareness cuts through them. Awareness reminds you that September 3 is not like yesterday, and it will not be like tomorrow. It is a living force, here only once, and it belongs to those who remain alert. The hidden energy has no patience for the unconscious. It rewards the one who sees. When you are awake on September 3, you begin to notice the cracks in the old walls of your life. Patterns that seemed solid suddenly reveal their weakness. Doubts that seemed powerful begin to fade. And in that awareness, you are given the choice to step beyond them. But if you close your eyes, those cracks remain hidden and you continue trapped in the same structure you have always lived in. Awareness makes the invisible visible, and with that vision comes freedom. Awareness on September 3 is not only about sensing the energy around you, it is about seeing yourself clearly, not the image you show the world, not the role you play, but the truth of what you are holding inside. The hidden shift exposes what you deny, what you avoid, what you hide. To face this requires courage, and that courage can only be born when you are fully present, when you do not run from yourself. This is why the day is powerful, because the more awake you are, the more you see, and the more you see, the more you can grow. This awareness is not just for the day itself. What you awaken to on September 3 can set the tone for your future. Once you have seen truth, you cannot unsee it. Once you have felt the hidden shift, you cannot return to sleep. That is why this day is so important. It is not only a date, it is an awakening point. If you catch it, your path bends upward. If you ignore it, life continues as it was, but the chance for growth slips further away. September 3 carries the hidden shift, but awareness is the only way to hold it. This day does not belong to the distracted, to the half asleep, to the ones lost in noise. It belongs to the awake, the present, the ones willing to see themselves as they truly are. If you stay aware, September 3 will shake your core in the most necessary way, not to destroy, but to awaken. It will take what is hidden and bring it into light. And in that light, you will find yourself reborn. September 3 carries with it a force that is not concerned with the surface. It does not care about what you show others. It does not care about the mask you wear. It reaches deeper, it strikes where you are most vulnerable, and it shakes the chains you have built around yourself. This hidden shift is not about the outside world moving in your favor. It is about breaking internal barriers, the walls you have carried inside for years, the weight that keeps you from stepping fully into who you are meant to become. On September 3, these barriers begin to crack. Every human being holds invisible chains. They are made of fear, doubt, hesitation, and the endless stories you tell yourself about what you can or cannot do. These barriers are not created by the world. They are created by your own acceptance of limits. September 3 comes like a hammer to those walls. It does not arrive politely. It does not ask permission. It presses against your resistance and demands you to see how much you have been holding yourself back. On September 3, you will feel the tension. Part of you will want to stay the same. Part of you will want to cling to the safety of old patterns, but the shift will not allow it. The energy of this day forces you to see the cost of staying chained. Every fear you feed, every doubt you bow to, every hesitation you repeat, it has stolen years from you. And now September 3 brings the chance to break free. If you are willing to endure the cracking of your own limits. Internal barriers are always stronger in the mind than in reality. What you fear doing is often less painful than the suffering of staying stuck. What you avoid is often the very thing that would free you. September 3 pulls these truths to the surface. It makes you confront the illusions that you once accepted as truth. It shows you that the prison was never outside. It was always within. When you realize this, the shift begins. But breaking barriers is not a gentle process. On September 3, you may feel pressure, discomfort, even fear. That is the weight of old walls trembling. Do not mistake it for destruction. It is growth. A seed does not break open easily, but without that crack, no tree will rise. The energy of this day forces you to grow, and growth demands the breaking of old shells. What is weak must collapse so that what is strong can emerge. September 3 is not about adding more to yourself. It is about removing what is false, removing fear, removing doubt, removing hesitation. What remains after this stripping away is your real strength, your true self. You will notice that once the barrier falls, the power you thought was outside of you was always inside, waiting. The shift does not give you something new. It removes what was blocking you from seeing what you already had. The danger is in resistance. If you resist the breaking, if you cling to the old walls, you will feel the day as suffering. You will feel shaken, unsettled, and lost. But if you embrace the breaking, if you let the barriers fall, you will feel light, free, and unshakable. September 3 forces this choice upon you. It cannot be avoided. Either you break the walls or the walls continue to break you. There is a dramatic beauty in this moment. On September 3, you are given a chance that does not come often. You are given the chance to step beyond fear, to silence doubt, to end hesitation, not by waiting for circumstances to change, but by breaking the chains you hold within. This is why the hidden shift is so powerful. It makes you realize that true freedom has always been in your hands. As the barriers crumble, a new space opens. In that space, clarity arises. You see where you must go, who you must become, and what you must leave behind. This is the gift of September 3. It is not comfort. It is not ease. It is freedom born from struggle, clarity born from breaking, a renewal born from release. It shakes your core so that you stop living small. It shakes your core so that you begin to live as you were meant to. September 3 is not an ordinary day. It is a force that demands you face yourself honestly. It does not allow excuses. It does not tolerate hesitation. It arrives to break what must be broken, and it gives you the chance to walk forward without the weight of old fears. If you accept it, you will never again look at yourself the same way, because once an internal barrier falls, it cannot be rebuilt. You will know what freedom feels like, and once you know, you cannot go back to chains. September 3 is the day of breaking internal barriers. It is the day when fear loses its voice, when doubt loses its grip, and when hesitation loses its control. It is the day when the old identity cracks and the real self begins to rise. This is not a small change, it is a core shift. When the walls collapse, what remains is strength, and when strength rises, nothing outside can hold you back again. September 3 is not a day of surface change. It is a day that touches the very center of who you are. The hidden shift does not move around you, it moves within you, and when it reaches your core, it does not leave anything untouched. On September 3, the illusions you have carried for years will be shaken. The lies you told yourself for comfort will lose their strength. The old masks you wear will begin to fall. This is the core awakening. It is not gentle, it is not quiet, but it is necessary. Without it, you remain asleep to your own life. Your core is the foundation of your being. Everything you think, everything you do, every choice you make grows out of that center. If the core is clouded by fear, your life becomes limited. If the core is filled with doubt, your actions remain weak. If the core is poisoned with the lies, your vision of yourself remains false. September 3 comes to shake that foundation, not to destroy you, but to cleanse you. It shakes away what is weak so that what is strong can finally rise. On September 3, clarity emerges through disruption. At first, it may feel like confusion. The things you thought were certain may fall apart. The identity you have clung to may no longer make sense. But this is not collapse, it is awakening. The core must be shaken for truth to appear. A lake with still water cannot show its depth when it is covered in mud. Only when the surface is stirred, when the dirt is lifted, can the water become clear again. This day shakes you so that you can finally see yourself clearly. September 3 is the moment when you begin to ask, not with words, but with feeling what truly matters, what is real, what can no longer remain. These questions rise naturally when your core is shaken. You no longer accept what is shallow. You no longer tolerate what is false. This awakening strips away the unnecessary and leaves only what is essential. That essence is your strength, your truth, your purpose. And once you touch it, life is never the same again. This core awakening is not about learning something new. It is about remembering what you already knew but forgot. It is about uncovering the strength you buried beneath fear, the wisdom you silenced with doubt, the clarity you lost in noise. September 3 is not bringing something from outside. It is revealing what has always been inside. The shaking only removes the dust that covered it. Do not resist when September 3 shakes your core. Resistance will make the process harder. If you cling to illusions, you will feel pain as they fall. If you cling to false identities, you will feel lost when they break. But if you allow the shaking, you will see that nothing true can be destroyed. Only the false falls away. Only the weak collapses. What is real? What is eternal? What is your true core? It remains, and it shines brighter once the layers around it are gone. The awakening on September 3 may feel dramatic because it confronts you with reality. You will see clearly the habits that hold you back. You will recognize the patterns that no longer serve you. You will feel the weight of choices you avoided. But within this clarity is freedom. When you see the truth, you can no longer be fooled by illusions. When you know what is real, you cannot waste yourself on what is false. This is why the awakening is powerful. It gives you a chance to live as your true self. The core awakening of September 3 is not meant to be comfortable. Growth is not born in comfort. It is born in moments where everything inside you shakes and you are forced to stand in truth. This is why this day matters. It breaks the shallow layers you built to protect yourself and pushes you into the raw, honest ground of who you are. From there, real growth begins. From there, true strength rises. On September 3, you are being prepared to rise above the ordinary. You are being pushed to stop living on the surface and to start living from your essence. The shift is a reminder that you cannot carry illusions forever. They weigh too much and they keep you too small. The core awakening takes that weight away, even if the process feels like breaking. When it is done, what remains is lighter, clearer, stronger. This day is dramatic because it changes everything. Once you awaken to your core, you cannot return to sleep. You cannot believe lies you already saw through. You cannot pretend to be someone you no longer are. September 3 will shake you, but it will also free you. And freedom is the beginning of everything new. September 3 is not just a hidden shift, it is the awakening of your core. It is the day when illusions collapse, when truth rises, and when your foundation is rebuilt on strength instead of fear. This day strips away the false layers and leaves you standing in clarity. From that clarity, every step you take will carry more weight, more purpose, more truth. The world outside may not change instantly, but you will. And when the core changes, everything built on it changes with it. September 3 is not only a moment of awakening, it is a doorway to alignment. The hidden shift of this day is not here to simply shake you and leave you unsettled. It comes with purpose. It comes to offer the opportunity to align your life with a higher path, with clarity, with the strength you were meant to live with. September 3 is an invitation. It is the point where the scattered parts of your being can come together and move in one direction. If you step into it, this day becomes the beginning of elevation. Alignment means harmony between what you think, what you feel, and what you do. Most of the time, people live in conflict within themselves. They think one thing, feel another, and act in ways that betray both. This disconnection creates weakness. It creates doubt, fear, and endless hesitation. September 3 comes to break that cycle. The shift it brings does not allow you to remain divided. It forces you to face where you are out of alignment and gives you the chance to bring everything back into balance. On September 3, you may feel pushed to make decisions. Choices that you avoided before will rise again. Patterns that you ignored will stand directly in front of you. This is not punishment, it is the opportunity of alignment. The universe, life, or whatever force you believe in is opening the space for you to stop living divided, to stop living in fragments, to gather all your energy and direct it toward one clear path. The opportunity of September 3 is not external. It is not about sudden gifts falling into your hands. It is about clarity within yourself. It is about seeing your direction clearly, and once you see it, having the strength to walk it. Alignment gives power. When your mind, heart, and actions move as one, there is nothing outside that can stand against you. This is the hidden gift of the day. Once you align, life begins to support you in ways you could not see before. September 3 teaches that alignment is not about waiting. It is about acting with clarity. Many wait for perfect conditions before moving. Many wait for permission, for signs, for guarantees. But alignment does not wait. It begins when you decide to stop betraying yourself. It begins when you step onto the path that matches your truth, even if fear still lingers. This day demands action. It demands courage. The hidden shift is a call to stop delaying and start aligning. The alignment of September 3 is not easy. It is not soft. It is demanding because it requires honesty. It requires that you admit where you have been lying to yourself. It requires that you let go of what no longer matches who you are becoming. That could be old habits, old attachments, or even old versions of yourself that you once protected. The shift strips away everything that is not in harmony with your core. It may feel like loss, but it is liberation. When you align on September 3, your vision clears. You begin to see beyond temporary distractions. You begin to understand what is worth your energy and what is not. You stop chasing noise and you start building from stillness. This is the power of alignment. It makes every action stronger because every action is supported by the full force of your being. No more divided energy, no more wasted time, only clarity, only strength. September 3 is a gateway. Once you walk through it aligned, you do not walk the same way again. The days after may look ordinary to others, but within you, a new order begins. Decisions become easier because you are not fighting yourself. Growth becomes natural because you are not moving against your own truth. This is why the day matters so deeply. It is not just a date on the calendar. It is the moment when you either choose alignment or continue in division. The dramatic nature of this day is in its finality. The opportunity will be clear, but it will not wait forever. September 3 is a sharp moment, a line drawn. You can feel it if you are awake. The energy will press you to choose, to step forward, to stop hiding. This intensity is not to harm you, it is to free you. Without pressure, many remain asleep. With pressure, the truth becomes undeniable. That is why this day shakes you. It is preparing you to align. The opportunity of alignment on September 3 is not just personal. Once you align with yourself, everything around you begins to shift. Relationships change, paths open, and life itself adjusts to meet your new frequency. What once felt blocked may begin to move. What once felt heavy may become lighter. This is the ripple effect of inner alignment. Change within creates change without, and it begins on this day if you choose to step into it fully. September 3 is not here to pass quietly. It is here to demand that you stop being divided. It is here to shake you into alignment, to press you toward the path of growth, to strip away what does not belong, and to bring you into harmony with your true self. The opportunity is great, but it requires awareness, courage, and choice. If you embrace it, this day becomes the anchor of your elevation. It becomes the moment when you stop scattering your energy and start moving as one. And once you move as one, nothing can stop you. September 3 is not an accident. It is not just another page in the calendar. It is an invitation, a call that reaches only those who are ready to listen. This day carries a hidden shift, but not everyone will notice it. Not everyone will feel it. Only those who choose to stay awake, only those who are willing to rise above distraction will step into its power. On September 3, you are given the choice to let it pass as if it were nothing, or to become the chosen witness who sees, feels, and transforms. Being the chosen witness does not mean waiting for recognition from others. It is not about being called by the world. It is about calling yourself. It is about deciding that this day matters to you. It is about standing in awareness when most are lost in noise. September 3 demands this clarity. Many will move through the day like it is ordinary. They will be blind to the energy unfolding. But you are not meant to be like them. You are meant to notice, to wait, to rise. On September 3, the distractions will be louder than ever. The world will try to keep your eyes busy, your mind restless, your heart numb. This is the test of the chosen witness. Can you remain still when everything tries to shake your focus? Can you hold on to presence when the world wants to pull you into emptiness? Those who succeed will catch the hidden shift. They will not just experience change, they will embody it. The chosen witness is not passive. To witness September 3 means to engage with it, to allow it to break what must break, and to awaken what must awaken. It means not turning away when your illusions collapse. It means not escaping when truth reveals itself. Witnessing is action, because to truly see is to transform. When you witness yourself clearly, you can no longer remain the same. And that is what September 3 demands, that you become more than you were yesterday. To be chosen on September 3 does not mean destiny has picked you at random. It means you have chosen yourself by staying awake, by remaining aware, by refusing to live blind. This is why the word chosen matters. It is not about luck. It is about discipline, awareness, and courage. The shift comes for everyone, but only a few recognize it. Only a few catch it. Only a few rise with it. That is what separates the chosen witness from the sleeping crowd. September 3 will show you clearly what it means to rise above. It will show you that life does not change by waiting. It changes by noticing and acting. You become the chosen witness when you stop waiting for others to awaken you. You awaken yourself. You accept the hidden energy. You let it shake your core. You let it guide you forward. This is how growth begins, not with waiting, but with choosing. The dramatic nature of this day is that it will not come again. September 3 carries a once in a lifetime alignment of energy. If you are present, it will stay with you forever. If you are asleep, it will vanish, leaving you unchanged. This urgency is not meant to scare you. It is meant to wake you. It is meant to show you that every moment counts. But this one especially carries the weight of transformation. Missing it means missing the gate. Witnessing it means stepping through. September 3 is the mirror of destiny. When you stand in front of it as the chosen witness, you see what you were always capable of. You see the strength that fear covered. You see the clarity that doubt blurred. You see the light that distraction hid. Witnessing means accepting that this light was never outside. It was always inside. The shift only reveals what was waiting. The witness only awakens what was asleep. This day is for those who no longer want to drift. It is for those who are ready to claim their place in the flow of life. The chosen witness does not wait for approval, does not wait for perfect timing, does not wait for the world to change. They step forward on September 3 because they understand the world changes when they do. They align, they awaken, they break barriers, and they walk as living proof of the shift. September 3 belongs to the few who are awake. It belongs to those who choose to rise above distractions and illusions. It belongs to those who decide that this day is the turning point, the beginning of a new path. To be the chosen witness is to carry this energy within you long after the date has passed. It means you saw what others did not. You felt what others ignored. You awakened when others slept, and from that moment, your life is never the same. September 3 is the hidden shift that will shake your core, but it is only revealed to the chosen witness. If you remain awake, if you embrace the silence beneath the noise, if you step into the clarity the day offers, and then you are no longer just a participant in life, you are a witness of transformation. And once you become a witness, you are forever changed.